Okay, time to nose around the castle a bit. So, obviously we should talk to Queen Alicia. Both to ask about the letter and just to say hi, but... Who else? Julia's gone, right? Yes, she's currently at Leston Fortress, overseeing the refitting the Arseal. Well, that's going to make things a bit harder on us. She probably couldn't given us a lot of help with this mess. Who else could we confer with, I wonder? With Julia absent, I think our best bet is Hilda, at least concerning Ren's parents. If the Hayworths have ever visited the castle, she would know. Yeah, Hilda kinda seems to have some sort of castle sense about these things. So where will we find them, you think? Grandmother should be in her chambers at this hour. And Hilda, If she isn't in the maid's room, they can tell us where she is at least. Good idea. Maid's room and the Queen's chambers. Off we go. I think we're here, if I remember correctly. Miss Estelle. And Miss Claudia and Mr. Zin too? Pardon me, it's been quite some time. Sure has. Yeah, reminds me of when you lent me your mage from Shia. Oh? Estelle as a maid? Yeah, it was to me with the Queen. Oh, and Joshua had to wear one too. Shia did her magic on his face with her makeup. She was all pumped up to do it. Oh my. Thank you very much. Joshua, who once played the role of Princess Cecilia, so perfectly almost betrayed him. Also betrayed a maidservant? Oh, noble endeavors both. I am sure it must have been quite beauteous to behold. I regret all the more I could not attend the Duke's banquet. Oh right, Shia, do you know where Hilda is? I believe Miss Hilda is in the library. As I recall, she said she has something to look up. The library, got it. What? Nope, this was not the library. That's the cook. This was the dining. Where was the library? Okay, that's the royal guard's room. Throne room. Ah, here we are. Oops, too far. Princess Claudia, and Mrs. Estelle too. Hello, Hilda. I'm sorry if I startled you, but I just got back. Hi, Hilda. Sorry I've been out of touch. It's quite alright. I'm glad to see you well. I understand the princess has been assisting you, Estelle. I'm very glad to see the two of you home safe. Aw, Hilda. You're embarrassing Estelle, Hilda. Speaking of helping Estelle, though, I've returned partially to inquire about something the guild is investigating. Could we ask you a few questions, Hilda? If I can be of assistance, ask me anything. I think there may be a few too many onlookers to speak here, however. Let us borrow a guest room. Yes, I see. You're attending to the investigation of the letter we received then? I take it you want to know if I have any idea who the sender might be. That's exactly it. We're investigating all the locations that received the letter to see if we can ferret out some clues. Well, firstly, I thank you for your efforts. Just receiving that letter was unsettling. I'm afraid I can be a little help in naming a suspect, however. The only thing I can say with confidence is that it's not the work of anyone in this castle. Yeah, we kind of figured that one. Who was the letter he addressed to, out of curiosity? No less a person than Her Majesty herself. I check all letters addressed to the Queen, so I know the contents of the letter. Believe me, if I could lay hands on the rude fool who wrote that... pardon me. I wonder if there were any other suspicious letters delivered to the castle recently. Ones critical of royal decisions, for example? Well... Hilda, please help us for my sake, if no one else's. We need as much information as we can in order to make a judgment. Very well. There have been several letters delivered with no indication as to their senders. They were not particularly critical of royal decisions per se. They were largely petitions to reduce or annul Colonel Richard's sentence. I suspect at least some are from citizens of Gransel, but the rest I cannot be sure on. People want Colonel Richard freed? No less than expected of the man who once strove to be my rival. His popularity endures even after his capture and shaming. The Colonel was very skilled and competent, and everyone knows that. It isn't unusual for people to see regret losing him. I would personally bet on those letters not being related to our little threat. Requesting something of the royal hand is one thing, but trying to force it to do something is a whole different matter than a whole different thing altogether. Well, still, even knowing the letters exist helps. Oh, one more thing, Hilda. I wanted to ask about something else. I still asked Hilda about the Hayworths. Harold Hayworth, a trader from Crossbell? Yes, I remember him. Say what? Is he an acquaintance of yours, Hilda? Not as such. He asked for a tour of the castle interior a few days ago. I happened to be otherwise unoccupied, so I showed him about. His wife and daughter were with him as well. Really? Hey. Alas, this provides us with little clues to where the Hayworths may have gone. Yes, my apologies. There was something that bothered me, however. What would that be? The child greatly enjoyed the tour, however. Her parents felt as though they were barely even present throughout the entire thing. They seemed even-tempered and normal enough when they spoke to me, but when combined with your story, I wonder if they wanted to strain. Not able to pay attention after coming to see a place as a tourist? Sounds like something was on their minds alright. Yeah, it seems likely they were in some kind of trouble even then. This may give us a clue as to where they went. Thank you very much, Hilda. I think this gave us some good leads. I'm glad I could be of help. Oh, Princess. You'll be staying here in the castle tonight, I trust. And if your friends lack accommodations... What? I had intended to stay here while in Gransel, yes, but you know... Well, how about it, everyone? You forget, they're expecting me to be a pest at the embassy tonight. I can hardly disappoint. I do appreciate the offer, however. Yeah, and I've got what's basically a permanent room at the Calvardian embassy. Thanks, but I think I've got to decline this time. I should probably ask Agate and Tita before committing to anything. We've got Ren too. That's true. It sounds like she loves the castle. I shall keep the rooms ready in case you wish to stay. Thanks, Hilda. Thank you, Hilda. Not at all. I must return to the maid quarters. Please let me know if you need anything else. If you'll pardon me. Okay, so we still need to meet with the Queen. She should be in her chambers, right? Yes, I'd be surprised if she isn't. Let us not keep her waiting then. Which is over here. Why did they just let us walk up here? Without stopping us? I think they would. Ah, you finally arrived. Huh? Grandmother? We. For what? He? I see. Zeke was being thoughtful, wasn't he? Yes, he let me know you were coming. Welcome home, Claudia. And Estelle, you're always welcome so long as I remain queen. Your father explained everything, not long after you left to train. It pains me to know you carry such a burden. Oh? Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Still, I know what I gotta do, and Chloe's been a huge help. So I'm okay. Don't worry. I see. Your soul has gained new skills since we last met, Estelle. Mr. Rafik and Mr. Lenheim. Both of you, of course, are also welcome in my home. Let us retire to my chambers. I shall have some tea prepared. So you've come about the letters. I wasn't aware they had been sent to the cathedral and the embassies as well. Your fears are not groundless. It is difficult to think of such lengths as a mere childish prank. Yes, Your Highness. That's why we're trying to talk to people affiliated to the case, to see if we can find some clues. Grandmother, do you have any idea who might be responsible? Especially someone with a libel? Claudia, what do you think? Me? As a possible heir, your thoughts should daily be on the forces moving within our nation. Would you share your opinion with me? Very well. I don't believe there is any force in the country which is truly opposed to the pact. I've heard in various places, however, that following the coup, some of our extreme right-wing citizens are feeling very concerned. And their frustrations might be at the root of these letters, maybe. Very good. My opinion is more or less the same. Sorry, but I don't quite follow. Alan, Colonel Richard was not the only man who approved of the idea of expanding and empowering our military. In the wake of the failed coup, however, the matter is effectively untouchable. I can only imagine as to who share his mindset are quite dissatisfied and worried for our safety. Okay, so you think letters are from believers in military control and expansion? Like the intelligence division guys still on the run? That would be the short of it, yes. If that is the case, then I would say I bear the responsibility for this as much as they. It was my beliefs that led them to take such action in the first place, after all. Grandmother? I don't know. I don't think they have the right to be all, let's threaten people and be scary because we're sore losers. No, there are a few things more precious than the freedom to express oneself, Estelle. Remember, even those who promote military empowerment and a war footing to do so out of a love for Libero and his people. They have as much right to express that idea as any of us have ours. and listening to all such opinions and choosing how to guide the country. That is a ruler's responsibility. Though in that case, I rather doubt they'll actually try to stop the ceremony, yes? Assuming the letter is from the expansionist, yes, that's quite possible. With Colonel Richard under arrest, they have little power with which to act. The problem lies with the idea that someone else may be responsible. If that's the case, then I fear I can offer you little advice or knowledge. Aw, rats. Queen Alicia, if I may approach a question? Of course, Olivier. Whatever you wish. Why are you so determined to act upon this non-aggression pact now? Your own country is still deeply confused and unsettled from the coup attempt. Most rulers would think this is a time to focus solely on one's own country, not the affairs of others. Olivier, you're talking to the Queen, you know. It's alright, Estelle. Olivier has a point. The plans and proposals for the pact, however, far predate the coup. Further details will only harm the dignity of the nation. The Crossbell issue is causing a great deal of friction again as well, and I hope this can help. Crossbell? That's where Ren's from, isn't it? Yes, it lies due northeast of here over the Crone Mountains, and directly between Erebony and Calvard. Both the Republic and the Empire claim it should be part of their governments, and some Crossbellians want total independence. It's quite a mess. Crossbell's basically a fishbone stuck in two throats at once. All the issues surrounding it just get called the Crossbell problem. I see. Boy, no wonder people get worked up about it then. Ah, so your aim is to pluck out the bone with this pact then? To continue the analogy, it is not a bone that can be removed in one gesture, sadly. If I can open a way to resolve the issue, however, yes. Laying the groundwork for resolving that issue will strengthen peace across the entire region, and people will remember like pearls spurred it on. Heh. I have underestimated you even more than I previously thought. Our invasion of Libera was far more of a fool's errand than I even imagined. That much at least is painfully obvious to me now. But what are you going on about? Oh wait, Crossbell, Ren. Duh. Sorry to change the subject, Your Majesty, but Estelle asked Queen Alicia about Ren's parents. My goodness, a child abandoned the royal villa? I must instruct Raymond to keep me better informed, it seems. I know it's a shot in the dark, but I don't suppose you have any idea where they might be, Your Majesty. No, I am very sorry, but I do not. However, if they visited the castle, especially recently, Hilda would know of it. Have you spoken with her? Yeah, we did. Hilda only said they were behaving a little strangely. I see. Well, should you wish, I can contact Mayor McDowell and the Crossbell government. If that would help, ask whenever you need. Oh, thanks. Grandmother, thank you for your help. We need to move on, unfortunately. But, don't be nervous. I know what you wish to say, I think. You will be staying in the castle tonight, yes? Let us speak then, once you are no longer busy. Alright. My goodness. Oh my goddess, such royalty. I would say she's the only person on the continent with that sense of balance. Yeah, it sort of feels weird to say, coming from a... Yeah, sort of feels weird to say coming from democracy, but she's the perfect ruler. I kinda envy Libelle, to be honest. Heh, of course. She's the queen after all. Chloe, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. I was just struck again by how incredible a woman grandmother is. I really doubt I can ever live up to her. Oh? Princess, when did Her Majesty the Queen take the throne? Oh, she was 20, if I recall correctly. And may I ask your age? I'm 16, but what? Ah. Heh, my point. I truly doubt Her Majesty was a master politician the day she took the throne. And you are not even as old as she was when she first donned the purple. I see little point in comparing yourself to her as she is now. Wouldn't you agree? We martial artists tend to say that only those with the proper capacity can achieve this thing called unity of purpose. Even those with the greatest innate skill, like, say, Walter, only reach their peak through a journey of 1,000 steps. I think Her Majesty believes you have the capacity to get there, Princess. Just take it one step at a time, don't worry. Olivier, Zin, thank you, really. Good job, you two. Chloe's going to be an awesome queen someday. I guess you get good with pep talks as you get older, huh? Get older? How rude, I'm a fresh, useful 25. 5 years younger than Zin here, even. You'll want to call out someone on being rude, Olivier. Well, anyway, we've spoken to Hilda and Grandmother both. Yep, back to town I guess. Yes, let's be off. We've been to both embassies, we're now done into the castle. So now we just have to visit the Libelle News. Evening already. Time does fly when you're having fun. The only letter victim we've yet to visit is Libelle News. Yep. Well, let's not waste any more time, eh? Let's get over and see what's what. I don't think anything would have changed the guild, but I want to double check. Yeah, didn't think so. Oh, Estelle. Oh, Estelle. Mia, Chief, it's been a while. What do you need today? Business with Niall? Yeah, got some questions on some guild business. Is he back from Ron yet? Yep, he should be in the office. Think I saw him go up to the reference room. Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, Niall. Hello. Who in the hell? Well, what you know? You guys, how you doing? Good day, Niall. Yeah, pardon our intrusion. Oh? It's that bard guy. And, Your Highness? Good day to you, yeah. You even have Zinnia Movable of Calvard with you. You got kind of a gang going here still. A lot of stuff's happened since we last met. How's your coverage of the election ongoing? Damn well, that's how. Got the article done. Thanks in part to you guys. Speaking of, what brings you by today? Got a hot scoop for your old buddy Niall? Well, actually, we're the ones who'd like to know something. We heard that Libelle News received a threatening letter. You guys are investigating that thing? I figured the military would have been taking care of that one. We're working on requests from the military, actually. So do you know anything? Well, I just got back to the capital, so I don't know much. To be honest, I'd like to hear what you guys know, if anything. That's real helpful, Niall. Come on, you're a newsman. A hound for a good story. Surely you must have a clue as to who our villain is. But I don't have much time for this. I don't have time for this. That's a bit impolite, you two. Niall, I know this is a lot to ask. But please, if you know anything at all, share with us. Please. Whoa. Hey, Your Highness, you don't need to lower your head to me. But crying... Fine. Okay, so, just off the record, but we ain't the only one who got a letter, not even close. Leston Fortress got one. Then the Cathedral, the Airship Company, the Hotel and Rowan Balm. And then both embassies. Bransfield Castle and the Royal Villa all got one too. There were 9 letters in total. Huh? Something wrong? Niall? We heard that from the military already. What? Damn it. That was my big scoop for the day. Doesn't look like we're going to get much out of this. Yeah, time to move on, I think. Now you just wait. No, you wait just 1 second, Missy. You keep talking like that and Niall Burns, star reporter for Libelle News. Your name is gonna have a name of a pile of crap. Alright. Let me let you in on my take for this whole mess. Well, okay. You may want to be brief, Mr. Burns. Fine, listen up. Here's the short of it. My gut tells me this is some kind of huge prank. The threats aren't real. We thought of that too. You sound awfully sure though. Mind telling us why you're so convinced? Okay, trick is, I've covered terrorist threats like this before, right? But with this, there's no reality to the threat. Threats only work and have power if they describe or at least imply something nasty that's gonna happen, see? These letters have exactly none of that. Mr. Burns does have a point. Disaster will be visited upon you does not offer much in the way of a specific terror. Exactly. I've got a hunch this isn't about stopping the signing ceremony at all. This is more about getting people worked up over a threat, and then sitting back and watching fireworks. I see. That's kind of a good point. There is some sense behind it. I'm still bothered by the fact that so many letters were sent though. And each and every one was sent to a place involved with the ceremony. Yes, for a prank, whoever did this seems to know a lot about what's happening. That does seem kinda true on the surface. Let's think about it though. All that info would be pretty easy to find with a little digging. Hell, I knew about those places weeks ago. Anyway, I'm gonna be working this on the assumption that it's a prank. Maybe you guys should stick to your guns about it being a real threat, and we can compare notes later, eh? Yeah, good idea. Thanks, Niall. That actually helped a lot. Darn right it did. Just stop by if you want to swap stories. I'll be sitting around here until the pact's signed. Okay. Oh, speaking of sitting around here, I don't see Dorothy anywhere. Ah, right. She's off working the Bose region. Sent her to snag some photos. 1 second. Damn it. I had a sneeze coming along and then it just disappeared. That's annoying. What? What? This... Wait. What? For a special of some kind? Yeah, related to the Royal Army. You remember that old fort the Skybands were using as a base? Right? The one you guys busted? The army decided those rats had the right idea, and have claimed and repurposed it as a training facility. They're running airship pilot training out of there now. Oh, okay. Neat. So she went off to get coverage of the base then? That's the idea, yeah. I was a little worried about sending her out on her own, but gotta do it sometime. Dorothy out on her own, huh? Scary. Oh, wait. Duh. Speaking of girls out on their own. What's up? Daryl explained the situation with Ren's parents. Harold Hayworth, a trader from Crossbell? Never heard of the guy. Pretty sure he's never been in our classifieds or wanted column either. It figures. But hey, so it's part of the job, right? If you guys are totally stuck, I'll help you out. We can put him in the classifieds if you want. I even have a few people in Crossbell I could poke. Thanks, Niall. You're way more reliable than I thought you'd be. I think I need to upgrade my opinion of you. Huh. Of course you do. Wait a minute. What do you mean? Was I not reliable before? Just kidding. Alright, let's get back to the guild house then. I guess it should be done by now. Hopefully, yes. Thank you again, Niall. It was no big. Come by again anytime. We're back. Yo, there you are. Sorry, I know we're a bit late. Hey, where are Tita and Ren? They returned just before you did. I believe they're enjoying the spoils of a hard-fought shopping campaign on the second floor. Sounds like they had fun. Anyway, we've got a lot to report. Yes, please. I see. Not bad. Sounds like you guys learned a lot. I guess. We didn't get anything decisive though. Aggie, did you find anything? Honestly, I got Jackal. The hotel, the cathedral, the airship company. Nobody had a single friggin' clue of who could have sent the letters. The head guy of the airship company was sweating quotes that a demand for money might come in next. But at this point, not so much as another peep. Damn. Doesn't really narrow things down much. How likely do you think it is the society's behind all this? I don't think we can safely say that at this point. Their primary focus up till now has been experimenting with those bizarre gospel organs they possess. And we know the gospels can create phenomenon otherwise unimaginable. Those devices certainly haven't shown an ability to create threatening letters from nowhere, however. Yes, it doesn't really seem like it matches the society's MO. Huh. I guess Ron and Zai just have me on edge. No, it's perfectly understandable. Regardless, I think we can safely say we've done our part. I'll compile all our testimonies into a report. But I ask you to deliver it to Colonel Sid at the Royal Villa tomorrow? Sure. We didn't find a sender in the end, so I kind of feel bad. But I guess that's all we can do. Also, hey boss, how you doing? Also, no, not pretty. Nice and slender. Oh, oh, right. Did you find anything about Ren? I did actually. Or, actually wait, let me start over. I went to the hotel first. The kid and her folks stayed there for about 2 weeks. They moved the entire state, typical tourist stuff. They just checked out this morning. Okay. Then I went to the cathedral. While they were here, the Hayworths came to worship a bunch of times. The thing is, the priests who attended them said they felt off when they did. Like they were distracted during prayer or something. That would match what Miss Boda said. Yeah. And then at the airship company, that's where I found Zip. Wait, what? Harold, Sophia, and Ren Hayworth are crossbow, right? There have been exactly 0 passengers but that name and nationality coming through here for at least half a year. No way, but that is a mystery. Though perhaps they travel by land. Well, that's an odd one to put in here. You would think that it would be by land, but the fact you give me an option for wait a minute confuses me. everything points to they would have had to come by land, but wait a minute, that can't be right. When we first met her, she was talking about landing in an airship. Right, at Air Lesson. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. She said she saw a big lake on the way down. Troubling. It's possible they were traveling under assumed names. Assumed names? Well, why would they? They may have had something to hide, or they may have been hiding for someone. Either way, they must have known something was wrong before they set out. I've contacted every guild branch in the country about Ren's parents. For the moment, all we can do is wait for more information to come in. As for Ren herself, I think it would be best if she stayed in the care of the guild for now. Yeah, I'd feel terrible if she got wrapped up in something. Could you leave her with me, maybe? This mission feels kind of personal now. I was going to suggest that, actually. Thank you. The guild will pay for everyone's lodgings while you're in Gransel, naturally. That includes Ren, so don't worry. Thanks, Elnan. Oh, wait, speaking of staying the night, we might not actually need that tonight, you see. I still told Agate about the invitation to stay at the castle. My, that's quite an invitation. Yeah, and I think I'll pass. The castle's a bit too rich for my blood. I'm not really keen on staying there. It'll be easier for Elnan to reach one of us at the hotel if something happens. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. We might hear something about Ren's parents. Guess I should stay at the hotel too then. Sorry, Chloe. No, don't worry. I'll explain the situation to Hilda. I'm sure she won't mind. Didn't I have to stay at our respective embassies? The princess shall retire to her castle, naturally. So that means you two and the girls will be staying at the hotel then. Quite on these terms would be dreadfully dull. Since we're all together this evening, shall we enjoy a nice dinner at the bar? A good idea. And, you know, I'd actually like to hear you play the piano again, Olivier. It's been a while. Ah, sweet maiden. You know just how to pluck my heartstrings. Have you come to appreciate a mature flavor at least, I wonder? I'm going to snap those heartstrings if you keep it up. With snapping or no, we should get going. With a group this large, it could be hard to find seating. Alright, let's gather up the kids and get on over to the bar. That evening, Estelle's group and Ren had dinner at the Sunnybell Inn. Olivier, as if it was second nature, took to the piano after a few drinks. Ultimately, even Mueller and Niall were called to come and join. And so passed a pleasant evening in Gransel. Okay, let's split up here then. Chloe, be careful on your way home. It's not that far. I think I'll be fine in the capital. Huh? Miss Chloe, you live in Gransel? Yes, I do. I'll be staying at my grandmother's house. Well, if you'll pardon me. Yes, see you tomorrow. Good night, Chloe. Wow, that was one heck of a party. Olivier even dragged poor Muley into it. Yeah, well, you called up to have a porter too, you know. Well, I figured what the heck. Ren, did you have fun? Yeah. Yeah, I did. The food was good and everyone was talking about neat stuff. The piano music was really pretty too. Yeah. Yeah. Olivier is really good at it. I was kind of surprised. Well, he's not all hot air when he calls himself a traveling performer, I guess. Sure you want to duck out already, Agate? Zin and the others are still having a lot of fun. Yeah, honestly, if I try keeping up with Zin, I might not have her live in the morning. Plus, I'm kind of beat from trolling the city all over today, so I'm just gonna pack it in. Fair enough. Let's go get our hotel rooms then. Hmm. Pardon, are you the braces and company we're expecting? Forgive me, but we are unable to secure a 4-person room for you. Would you be willing to accept a pair of 2-person rooms? Oh, sure. I don't want to split them up, Agate. I don't care too much. Set it up however you want. I want to be with Miss Estelle. You've been busy with work, so we haven't had any time to talk at all. No fair, Ren. I wanted to be with Estelle too. Then you should have said so sooner, Slowpoke. I know. What if all 3 of us stay in the same room? We could share a bed. No, that's okay. I'll let you borrow Estelle for tonight, Ren. Thank you, Tita. Mm. I think I just got horse traded. Then I'll be with you, kiddo. Huh. This reminds me of when we were hiding out with Gramps. Now that you mention it. Yeah, it does. Oh wow, this room isn't like the one I stayed in with Papa and Mama. There's a big building outside the window. Oh? Miss Estelle? What's wrong? Nothing really. More importantly, I'm sorry, Ren. We couldn't find your Papa or Mama today. It's okay. Papa and Mama promised they'd come get me. You don't need to search so hard. But Papa and Mama are very good at hide and seek. Not as good as me, of course, but still good. So I don't think you'll find them very easily. Is that right? Well, I won't try so hard to find them, but only if you're okay with it. Yeah, it's okay. It's for the best. But never mind right now. I have 2 big favors to ask of you. Oh? What's up? Huh? I can't tell you unless you promise to do them ahead of time. Yikes. Did your papa teach you to drive a bargain like that? Okay, sure. If it's something I can do, I promise I will. Really? Yay! The first thing is, can I call you Estelle from now on? Huh? Call me? Oh, you mean drop the whole miss part? Yeah, Peter gets to call you Estelle all the time, so I don't want to have to call you Miss Estelle. Is that right? Alright, I don't mind. Never stood I never stood that much on formality, anyway. And it's not like I'm your teacher or anything. But you really don't mind? Estelle. Estelle. Oh, I love it. Glad you like it. Call me Estelle as much as you want, Ren. Okay, Estelle. That makes me happy. Aw, that's good. So what's the other thing, Ren? Oh yeah, well, can you tell me why you were so surprised when we came in the room? Uh, you had this really sad, lonely look on your face. I want to know why. Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. I've actually stayed in this room before with someone else. Stepping in here just reminded me of him. Really? Was it your lover? Was this your love nest? Not quite. He's someone I've known for a really long time, and we're getting very close, but, well, it's complicated. We're not together right now, though. Oh? What's up? Okay. I do okay. As you both asked, I be doing okay at the moment. Not great, not terrible, okay. So, yeah. Also, boss, it's good to know you're doing okay. How about you, Claude? How are you doing? Also, not cute. I think I'm scatterbrained at the moment, overthinking things. Well, what kind of man is he, huh? What's his name? What does he look like? Yikes, questions. His name is Joshua. He has black hair and amber eyes, and he's pretty handsome, I guess. Actually, you'd really call him more beautiful than handsome, really. Huh? Beautiful? I guess say he made a great princess set in play. In fact, it looked amazing on him. Wow, that sounds like fun. That sounds fun. Can I meet him? When are you seeing him again, huh? I don't really know, actually. Oh? You don't know when you'll see him again? And that's why you look sad, right? It's sort of, but I'm okay. I'm going to find him and drag him back home, even if it takes years. Hmm. But why did you seem so sad? Well, because I'm sure Josh was off somewhere, in way over his head, and I can't do anything to help him. And that makes me sad, I guess. Sorry, Ren. This must be pretty boring since you don't know Joshua at all. No way. It's neat. Joshua's a really wonderful person, huh? Wonderful? Actually, right now I think he's a bit of a jerk. I mean, talk about selfish ways of saying goodbye. Take my first... First what? Wow. Nothing at all. Okay, yep. I'm all tired. Time to go to sleep. Hey, no fair. I'm not going to sleep until I hear the whole thing. Boy, I messed that one up. After that, Estelle and Ren went to bed, but remained awake for a little while, talking about various things. Eventually, once she could hear nothing but Ren's slow, peaceful breathing, Estelle gave into the exhaustion which had been piling up on her eyelids, and fell into sleep herself. Is this symbols? I don't remember. Bingo! Bingo indeed. Looks like we found their trail. So, they're using the Ravennew mine, Just what I'd expect of Witch's men. Is this an excellent hiding place? Is this where those sky pandas kept they skyjacked, right? That's right. Have good eat, Claude. Also, wow. You have good eats. Still, I have fought the bandits in a large exposed central hollow area somewhat further ahead. A nice big open space, huh? I bet our guys are in the same spot. So what do you think? Going for the heroic charge now, or... Well, we've got no time to contact the army. But no heroics right away, Annalise. First we need to sneak in and see just how large a force they have. Come on. Right behind you. That's odd. Is this where they've been hiding, as we thought? But I don't see any trace of anyone. Yeah, we totally tracked them here. So, where do those intelligence weirdos go? Did they notice us? I didn't think we... Well, let's have a look around anyway. No good. This place is an empty shell. Do you see anything, Shahara? I'm drawing a blank. They were here, but it's impossible to tell if they're just out or if they abandoned this base. I don't even see any clue as to where they might have gone. About that, I didn't find any mention of where they were going. But I did find this open that tent. Really? Mind if I take a look? These are blueprints of some sort. Look like it's for something called the Orgwell? Unless I'm totally illiterate, these are plans for a vehicle of some sort. Ooh? Orgwell? I cannot have no idea the pronunciation of that. I'm sorry. That sounds cool. But what is it? Some kind of airship? Well, I'm not exactly an engineer, but I don't think so. Those look like... But what's wrong? There's a note in between the pages. I sent out the invitations. I've got the table and chairs ready. Everything's ready for the tea party. Now all I need is to bake some crumpets and wait for the guests to arrive. Aw, a tea party? That's really cute. It's like something out of a storybook. Yes, which must mean it's a cipher of some sort. What do they mean by tea party? I wonder. Watch out! Ah? No way! How'd they sneak up on us? Goodness, that was a fair bit of sneaking, friends. I take it's another trick of our good friend Lawrence, won't you? Zahara? I know, something here isn't right. Alright, we'll feint to one side and break one corner of the triangle and clean up the rest. Can you do it? Just say when. Alright, go. Right. Oh, I do get to control them. I was thinking about that, might not be as good idea as I thought it was. I can do a heal to take up the crit and play for the best. And let's just smack him around a little bit.
Seems you came up short.
That was... We may have defeated them, but something is terribly wrong here. Do you think they were on drugs or something? I remember hearing they used something like that to control some bugs in Ron. I think. Yes, that was one of the cases Estelle solved. But this wasn't like what she described. This was like trying to whip a tree. What great fun! You two aren't half bad, are you? What a treat. You? I'm Enforcer number 0, Campanella the Fool. I'm but one hand of the Society of Ouroboros. Finally decided to step out of the shadows, have we? What exactly are you plotting here, boy? Where have the former intelligence men gone? Answer me! I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm a little more than an observer this time. You're asking the wrong person if you want details about the plan. In fact, I barely know them myself. An observer? Anyway, if you want to attend that tea party, you better hurry. I'm not quite sure where it's being held, but it isn't here. Or shall we share some coffee instead, and enjoy the dawn together? Kid, you look pretty young. Are you really part of society? I don't mean to be insulting or anything, but you might want to get away from them. They're bad people. You're very kind, miss. But you know, it's okay to laugh at a fool. That's what he's there for. But worrying about the fool? Now that's quite rude. Huh? What? Oh, but they were unconscious. You racist are really naive. If you really want to defeat someone, you have to break them into pieces. Like so. But what have you... that's... How could you? Did I surprise you? It's so easy to break even a well-made toy, isn't it? But I'm afraid that's the end of the full show for tonight. Farewell. Hopefully I can give you an encore someday. Wait, get back. Hello? Wait. I know, honey. At least it was a quick death. I hope they didn't feel anything. We still can't simply leave them like this, though. It'd be barbaric. Even more so than what just happened. Annalise, try to find some sheets, alright? I'll handle the rest. Right. What? What on... Shahara? I think this arm is... fake. But that... Gears? Rings? Almost like quartz fragments? I can hardly believe it, but these are... Arcanisms. Full-blown machines capable of independent action. What? Father Kevin? What are you doing here? She remembers me. There's hope for my love life yet. Is this the little lady over there doesn't know me? I'm Kevin Graham, of the Septian Church. Anyway, you're Scheherazade Harvey, if I remember right. And with you is Annalise. Elfie. Elfie? Yeah? I don't suppose you'd be up for swapping some stories, would you? Ah. Kyle, you're up. Here I come. Does it? Okay. Joshua? Impressive as always, Joshua. You three were impressive too. We defeat them in a single sweep thanks to your combo attack. Get out. Why do we get you nowhere? This is like the 10th group, isn't it? How many more do we have to hunt down? This should be enough. The Royal Army should move soon, so it would probably be best for us to disappear. Right then. Yo, just what is the society trying to do? Why use these dolls dressed up as Richard's goons? That's the real question, though. Where are the rest of the intelligence men? They're probably gone to the tea party in that note. The dolls are likely to distract the army from that and make them think Richard's men are still active here. Makes sense, I guess. Wish we knew what the hell the tea party was. Well, we don't have much of a reason to help, but sure you don't want to crash that tea party? The bases should be investigating that camp by now. We can leave it to the army and the guild. Yeah, we left them the note and plans. That'll be more than enough. And we're taking care of these frickin' puppet things while the guild's busy. We can just leave the rest to the airhead in her group, right? Sorry. I didn't mean to pick at an old wound or anything. No, you didn't. They have nothing to do with me anymore. Once the tea party begins, the army will be focused on that. We can move once that happens. Right then. Time to get busy. The next day, Sol went to the royal villa to give Sid a report on the letters.